Welcome to the State College of Florida Disability Resource Center. This tutorial will serve as a guide for new students to fill out that application and for existing students to request their accommodations, send those memos to their instructors, and a brief overview of their dashboard. First up, we're going to look at the new application process. This is the Disability Resource Center page, or the DRC. There are two buttons. The top is for new student applications and the bottom are for Drc Student Logins. This is for existing Drc students. For now, we will focus on the new student application. This would be any student coming into SCF or any current SCF student looking to apply for accommodations. After clicking on the new student application, you'll be taken to the online application page. Here, you will start from the top, working your way down through each section to the bottom of the application. Please note, anything with a red asterisk must be filled in prior to submitting the application. And also, please pay attention to the formatting for dates and phone numbers. After you've worked your way through the application and you've gone back through and made sure that all required fields are completed and formatted as requested, then you can sign your application. This is done via a digital signature by placing your initials here in box 11. After placing your initials in step 11, you can identify the characters in the image view on the capture box. Here you can type them in the text box and then submit your application. Once you've submitted your application, you will automatically receive this email stating that your application was accepted into the system. Once your application is accepted, then you need to upload your documentation. This can be done one of two ways, either through this link or following the steps on the next slide. Please note, the DRC staff will contact you within 24 hours once we have received your application. After completing your application, you will automatically be taken to this page, the Submitting Documentation page. This is where you can upload your documentation. You'll notice that you have a file title, a select file box, and an upload documentation and upload documentation later box. In the file title box, if you have more than one form of documentation, you might want to name them separately. For example, you might want to name, if you have an IEP and a medical letter, Jane Smith IEP. Submit that, and then Jane Smith medical letter or letter from doctor. If you do not have your documentation or do not have the ability to scan your documentation in, you can either follow the steps in the confirmation letter that you will receive, or you can contact the DRC and the DRC staff will be happy to help you. Once you have submitted your documentation, you will receive a confirmation letter in your student email confirming this receipt. Once you have uploaded your documentation, you will receive this automatic email stating that it was received by the system. Please note the date and time stamp. If for some reason you did not receive this automatic email, please contact the DRC staff and someone will be happy to assist you. Congratulations! You have now completed your new student application. Once you have had your intake appointment and set your accommodations, you may follow the instructions on the following slides to request your accommodations each semester. Existing students will follow the same. Those who do not have an appointment or have any questions may contact the DRC and a staff member will be happy to assist you. Now we'll talk about that second button from the beginning of the PowerPoint, that Drc Student Login. When you click that, you will be brought to the Online Services page. Here, you can sign in to your account. This is the same username and password that you use to get into SCF Connect and that you use for your email. This sign-in is for anyone with existing accommodations and for those students who have gone through the intake process who have already set their accommodations. If you are still a new student and need to fill out an application, this will take you to the same online application as described previously. Once you've clicked on the sign in, then you are brought to the Central Authentication Service or the CAS screen. Again, this is the same username and password that you use for SCF Connect and that you use for your email. Existing students can log in here to view their services, request their memos, send those memos to their instructors, view accommodations, and much more. Once you're logged into CAS, then you are taken to your dashboard. Here you can view your profile, you can view your eligibility, and you can also select your accommodations to send to your instructors. You can customize these for each individual course. Notice in the middle of the screen there is a Your To-Do list. If there are any actions there, then those must be completed prior to receiving your accommodations. You will not be able to request your accommodations until you have completed these requirements. If there are any actions required by you, then those show up right here. This could be something such as an important notice or a document that requires your digital signature, such as an accommodations agreement as shown here. Once you have signed your forms digitally and taken the appropriate steps as required in your actions, then you can go ahead and request your accommodations. Please note, you will not be able to request your accommodations until you have completed all required actions. Please make sure you take the time to read the important notes section. One important thing to note in that section is that once you register for your courses, it can take up to 48 hours before you can select your accommodations for those courses. The first step in selecting your accommodations is picking the courses for which you want to choose your accommodations. You can customize them for each one of your courses. You can choose 1, 2, all, or none. This student chose to choose 2 of their courses to select accommodations for. You simply click them, and then you would click the next step, Continue to customize your accommodations. For each course listed here, you can choose which accommodations you would like to use for the course. Please note the wrong CRN box. When selecting your courses, please make sure that the CRN number corresponds with the CRN number that you registered for through SCF Connect. If the CRNs do not match up, then go ahead and check that box where it says select the checkbox if you have entered a wrong CRN. If they do not match up, please notify a DRC staff member and we will be happy to assist you. An important note is the alternative testing. Previously, in the paper accommodations that you would receive each semester, you would have private or quiet, extended test time, formula sheet calculator, those types of accommodations, and those would be listed separately on your accommodations memo. All of those accommodations will now fall under the single heading of alternative testing. Those will be listed separately on your accommodations letter, but for now just click on alternative testing. It's also important that you click the next checkbox that says select the checkbox if you would like to email this letter to your instructor. This is very important that you do that. And then you can submit your accommodations request. This can be done after, just as a review, you've checked both CRN numbers and that they match, the one that you registered through SCF Connect and the one that's listed here in your dashboard, that your accommodations are chosen for that particular course, and you have scheduled to email your letter. Here, you can use the course search to find a course that may not be listed if you know that you are enrolled in it, or if you have a wrong CRN number. If you need help with this, then please ask a DRC staff member and we will assist you. Thank you for watching the PowerPoint presentation. Hopefully it has helped walk you through the process of becoming a new student, and for existing students and those new students with accommodations in place now to request your memos each semester. For more information, please attend a DRC information session. Feel free to drop by the office and we'll be happy to sign you up for one. Thank you.